Bonjour et bienvenue à notre rendez-vous quotidien en ligne sur EBS et sur Interactio. Nous sommes aujourd'hui le mercredi 7 octobre. Nous avons quelques annonces à vous faire avant de passer à vos questions. Nous commençons exceptionnellement assez tard aujourd'hui et nous essayerons de limiter le rendez-vous de midi à peu près à une demi-heure, étant donné qu'il y a déjà eu 2 conférences de presse ce matin. Je commence avec un ajout à l'agenda de la présidente pour cette semaine. La présidente von der Leyen recevra cet après-midi le Premier ministre belge Alexander De Croo. Puis je vous rappelle que la présidente prononcera un discours cet après-midi à 18h15 pour la remise du prix de l'impératrice Théophano. Le discours sera retransmis en direct sur EBS. Et demain matin, la présidente s'entretiendra par vidéoconférence avec le Premier ministre grec, Kyriakos Mitsotakis. Je passe maintenant la parole à Balázs pour une annonce sur SURE, l'instrument européen de protection des emplois pendant la pandémie. Balázs.
Indeed, thank you, Eric. So, today the European Commission announces that it will issue its upcoming bonds under the SURE program as social bonds. With that in mind, the Commission has adopted independently evaluated social bond framework today. The framework intends to provide investors with confidence that the proceeds will serve a truly social objective. This announcement follows, of course, the Council's approval to grant 87.4 billion euro of financial support to 16 member states under the SURE instrument to help protect jobs and people in work. The Commission has today also presented a proposal to the Council for a decision to grant 504 million euro in financial support to Hungary under the SURE instrument. Now, as a reminder, SURE has an overall firepower of 100 billion euro. The funds raised will be transferred to the beneficiary member states in the form of loans to help them cover the expenses associated with the financing of national short-term work schemes and similar measures as a response to the pandemic. For more information on the topic, please consult our daily news.
Thank you very much, Balázs. And with this, we are now ready to take your questions. And as we say in French, une fois n'est pas coutume, I will start with Thomas. Thomas, you have the floor.
Yes, it's a question for Stefan about Remdesivir. There is a shortage of Remdesivir in the Netherlands. My question is, are there other countries with the same problem? And is there any solution inside? I know that there was, that in July the Commission bought a large portion of Remdesivir, but are you going to do that again?
Thank you very much. Thomas, I pass the floor to Stefan.
Good morning, Thomas. Thank you very much for your question. The first thing I would like to stress from the beginning is that we're obviously committed to protecting the public health of our citizens. And that includes ensuring that the necessary therapeutics are available to treat patients who need additional medical care. That's also one of the reasons why already in July, the Commission signed a contract with Gilead, you referred to it in your question, to secure treatments of Velcliri or Remdesivir for approximately 30,000 patients. This contract, which was worth a total of 63 million euros, covered the needs of the member states in August, September, and early October. And as from August, these doses have been made available to the member states. Now, following reports to which you refer by member states on potential shortages, the Commission agreed on the 2nd of October, last Friday, on an amendment of the contract with Gilead, worth a total of 7 million euros, to secure the delivery of an additional almost 20,300 number of doses, which helps almost 3,400 patients. These additional doses are currently being delivered, including to countries like the Netherlands, for instance. So we try to focus on those countries where the treatments are needed most for the time being. I would like to add finally that to cover the needs of the member states in the next period, in the next 6 months, we are about to sign a new framework contract with Gilead to secure further doses exactly of Remdesivir for these coming months. Thank you.
Thank you, Stefan. Let me ask if there are other questions for Stefan on this issue. So please only keep your hand raised if you have a question on this. Thomas, you seem to have a follow-up.
Yes, just a question. Which other countries have shortages? And with 20,000 doses, I suppose we can only continue for a month or so. What do you think? How long will this provide us for Remdesivir?
Yes, thank you, Thomas. We're talking about almost 3,400 patients. So that's an important amount of patients that can be helped with this additional deliveries. I can tell you that in terms of deliveries that have been made, yesterday deliveries were made to Greece and the Netherlands, for instance. And today deliveries are expected to be made to Austria, Denmark, the Netherlands again, the Czech Republic, Greece, and Slovenia. Now, deliveries are planned obviously for all member states who have confirmed their interest in these additional supports. So the work is ongoing. I would like to add that as soon as we have the joint procurement contract or the framework contract with Gilead, member states will then be able to immediately place orders for Remdesivir deliveries by Gilead. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there other questions for Stefan on this issue or on other health-related matters? I do not see any, so I would move to Athanasios, who had been the first to raise his hand. Athanasios, you have the floor.
Thanks very much. Bonjour. Today, Greek Court of Appeals passed judgment on a former political party in Greece called the Golden Dawn that is now characterized officially as a criminal organization. So what is your comment on the Court of Appeals judgment? And would you say that some of the preconditions to characterize this organization also a terrorist organization and included in the EU list of terrorist organizations are now met? Or how are you going to assess that? Thank you.
I believe this would be a question for Christian. No, not sure. In any case, this is very breaking news that you are delivering to us. So I'm afraid that we are not going to be able to comment. In any case, as you know, we never comment on national court decisions. And on the other elements that you have raised in your question, we will be happy to come back to you as soon as we can. Okay. I would now move to other issues, and Maria had asked for the floor before. So Maria, you have the floor now. We cannot hear you.
Hello?
Yes.
You cannot hear me?
Yes, we can now.
Now, yes. If I'm not wrong, Eric, you said that the president will have a contact with the Greek Prime Minister this afternoon?
No.
So if you could elaborate a little... no, you didn't
tomorrow.
say so.
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay, sorry for that. If you could elaborate a little more on the substance of their contact and if they will speak about Varosha, the news from Turkey and Cyprus. And this is actually my second question. If there is any, in the morning, the High Representative Vice President Borrell said that the issue of Famagusta was taken into consideration in the European Council. So the opening of this area, he said, is a serious violation of the agreement of the European Council. So I would like to know what will be the solid answer of the European Commission on this violation of the agreement. Thank you.
Thank you. On the second part of your question, I will give the floor to Peter. On the first part of your question concerning the meeting between the President and Prime Minister Mitsotakis, this is a meeting which had been planned, as you know, in the context of the trip, which the President had foreseen to undertake in Greece this week, which is on the occasion also of the Empress Theophano Prize that she will be receiving this evening on behalf of the European Commission. So this is a meeting which obviously predates the announcement concerning Varosha that you mentioned in your question. There are many files, obviously, on the table to be discussed at this point in time. We've just had a European Council that discussed the COVID situation, that discussed the situation in the Eastern Mediterranean, et cetera, et cetera. There's another forthcoming European Council. We have obviously our response to the economic crisis related to the pandemic. So the meeting between the President and the Prime Minister will certainly touch upon many different issues, but it's not for me here to tell you exactly what are the points which they will discuss tomorrow during their meeting, but we will, of course, report on the meeting afterwards. And I would now pass the floor to Peter on the second part of your question.
Thank you, Maria. Good afternoon. Well, the High Representative was talking in the European Parliament plenary about the fact that the issue of Famagusta or Varosha, if you want, was discussed at the European Council, and the concrete result from that is also one point in the conclusions. It's the point 18, where the European Union member states have stressed very clearly their support on EU support for speedy resumption of negotiations under the auspices of the UN, and recalled that they fully are committed to comprehensive settlement of the Cyprus issue within the UN framework based on the relevant Security Council resolutions. So that was the context the High Representative was referring to, and I think the position of the EU is outlined in this sense very, very clearly. And the reaction to the recent developments around Arusha were also commented very clearly by the High Representative in the statement he issued last night.
Thank you, Peter. Are there other questions for Peter on this issue? Athanasio, you have your hand raised. Go ahead.
Hi, Peter. Is there something practical that the European Union can do about this situation? I mean, it's intervention to a local community election. It's a violation of this UN resolution. But practically, what can be done by the EU to stop it?
Again, the European Union leaders were very clear in terms of what we expect when it comes to Turkey, when it comes to various areas or various issues where Turkey is either part of or has influence on, and they outlined it in the conclusions. So I would not go into rephrasing now all the conclusions, but the expectations of the EU are very clear. Specifically on the Cyprus issue or on the issue of Varosha, we are in very close contact with the UN, because this is, first of all, since it includes the overall issue of Cyprus settlement, and it touches upon the Security Council resolutions. This is primarily for the EU to deal with. We are supporting it wholeheartedly, and the EU leaders have stressed very clearly how we... UN, sorry. UN, so within the framework of the UN. So the EU leaders were very clearly how we support the UN-led process and what we expect from all the actors in order to find solution to Cyprus settlement.
Thank you. Are there other questions for Peter on this issue? Bart, I see you have your hand raised. The source of your mic seems to be wrong.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, now it's working.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Can't we consider this to be Turkey showing its middle finger to the European leaders, Peter?
Well, I always refrain from interpreting things. We are watching the facts and we are stating what we think about what is going on. The position of the High Representative, the Member States, was very clear, both in the statement last night and in the Council conclusions from last week. The expectations and the attitude of the EU towards all these issues which we are discussing is very clear. And what the EU is now waiting for is signs that would allow the leaders, when they revert to the issue of our overall relations with Turkey in December, to reevaluate the situation and to say, was there progress, was there constructive approach, or Was there something that goes against the spirit of constructive cooperation and dialogue? And based on that review, they will decide what will be the next steps.
Thank you. I see no other hand raised on this issue for Peter. Are there other international foreign affairs questions for Peter today? That does not seem to be the case, so I move back to David, who had raised his hand. David, bonjour.
Bonjour, j'espère que vous m'entendez. David Carretta, Radio Radicale. J'ai une question sur la proposition du début du mois de septembre sur la recommandation pour les restrictions à la liberté de mouvement des personnes. Il y a un texte de compromis sur la table du Coreper proposé par la présidence qui modifie beaucoup de choses de votre proposition. En particulier, on dit qu'il pourrait y avoir des restrictions pour les zones oranges et pas seulement les zones rouges et grises. Il y a aussi des changements par rapport aux mesures restrictives comme des tests et des quarantaines. Je voulais savoir si vous êtes satisfait avec ce texte, si vous pensez que c'est assez pour éviter de mettre en difficulté la libre circulation des personnes. Merci.
Merci David. Question pour Christian.
Merci David. Alors, en tant que je sache, la discussion au Coreper commence cet après-midi et comme d'habitude, on ne va pas faire des commentaires pendant il y a des négociations. Là, il y a un processus qui est en cours, mais alors pas de commentaires directs sur ce papier. Mais comme tu sais, notre position est très, très claire sur ce sujet. On a fait cette proposition le 4 septembre et la présidente von der Leyen a aussi fait un très clair statement la semaine dernière au Conseil européen. Qu'il faut plus d'efforts pour la coordination et pour trouver un accord sur la base de notre recommandation et on va continuer à travailler avec le Conseil sur ce sujet.
Merci Christian. Merci Christian. Y a-t-il d'autres questions pour Christian aujourd'hui? Je n'en vois pas. Y a-t-il d'autres questions pour nous? Ça ne semble pas être le cas. Je vous remercie donc pour votre présence et participation et je vous dis à demain. Merci.